Hey everyone, welcome to Zealots. I'm Forrest.
John Major Nita.
I'm Robbie.
And today we're going to talk about episode 3 of Moon Knight and episode 4 of Halo. Is Matt free? Do we want to invite Matt?
Matt's not free. Matt's gonna.
Man, Matt hasn't been on in a long time.
Yeah, I miss Matt. I just want to hear him just like chew.
It's been so long.
Out.
For those wondering about the spasm at the beginning, that is how you say hello on Major, in Sangheili, which is the Covenant language.
You did it
which
well.
you can learn all about in Halo Declassified Episode 4.
Oh, okay. Do you want to talk about Halo first? Because that's fresh in my mind right now.
No, I want to talk. I don't know why we're talking about anything but Thor: Love and Thunder. How smoking hot is that trailer?
Oh,
yeah. So you haven't seen it, Rob?
That?
We'll do it next time.
We'll do it next time. But hot damn, does the trailer look good? Which is what I would expect after they found the secret formula to.
I'm playing it right now. It's
only the secret formula
of
Thor was just doing like Lord of the Rings, but they were just like, nah, we're gonna do like a weird sort of Star Trek, flashy '80s sort of
a working
hybrid
formula. Right,
yeah,
like,
true, yeah.
Look, if Thor Ragnarok can be like the best of the Marvel movies, then I think that means literally any IP can be the very best.
He's doing
if
that.
You try hard enough.
He's doing that exercise with the thick ropes, but
with the
massive
chains, right? Yeah, Fat Thor is getting in shape. He's coming back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, the '80s theme, man. And my dad came down for Easter. And we watched all 3 seasons of Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
God,
so definitely stay tuned. Click the notification button for the podcast.
It's only 21, right? Or 24.
We're definitely going to cover
like
Stranger Things season 4 when it comes out in May, and again in July.
Oh wait, no, it's like 25 because season 2 had 9 because they had the infamous episode where she goes to Chicago.
Yeah, not a good. It was an attempt at a backdoor pilot. It was not great.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. I didn't hate it, but I think people just like
rewatching it. I didn't hate it either, but it was just very
definitely the weakest. I mean, still the weakest episode of the series. Yeah, but I mean,
you can have weak episodes, but it's just weird to have such a great plot and storyline, and then just take a random timeout or right curve.
Yeah,
a dog leg left to go into this weird plot with 8 or with 11 and finding 8. But whatever, I'm excited for it. What do you guys think about Halo this week?
Well, we saw the Needler sort of kind of needless. We saw Needless Needler.
Into the Needler.
The Needler.
Spoiler alerts, Needler exposed.
Needler looks huge.
What did you think of 125? We saw not one but 2 asses this week. We saw her ass, then we saw the creepy guy in the pool's ass.
Halo loves that ass.
Yeah, and it's just asso.
But they gotta balance it. If they show a chick's ass, they gotta show Master Chief or some other guy's ass.
He will bring balance to the ass force. So
the ass force.
So
you gotta balance it.
So we saw her ass first, but the reason we were seeing her ass was because she was removing the inhibitor chip from her.
Yeah, she so basically she spied on John in the prior episode, removing his inhibitor chip, and she just decided to do the same. I gotta say, I love it.
She's a peeping Tom. That's the.
Oh, I guess she's curious, but
this episode, that's what you think.
So one of the things she said last.
And make her the new B plot instead of Quan. Make Quan the C plot we don't care about.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
God, I do not care about Quan's story.
I would love that idea if I had just 5% hope that it would actually happen. But it feels like Quan is going to be.
She better not be like a main character.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least Soren's with her, and he's a little bit more interesting than she is. But
here's my thing. I will be a staunch defender of this Halo series, right? Go ahead and boo me. I don't care. I know it makes you cheer, and right, that's a
Rick and Morty
reference there, right? But here's my thing. I have had 20 years with the Master Chief of kicking ass and taking names, and I think this is a really nice chance to understand or to get a new right medium to find out who the Master Chief is, even though it's a different Master Chief, feelings, no feelings, blah blah blah, whatever. But there's a big complaint in the Halo series so far about a lack of action, which I would agree upon as like someone who
they're
literally, if
everybody.
you
I feel
when
like
you say
it's
Halo
coming.
lack of action, I think of Halo 1 Combat Evolved, like when you're first getting in the suit and you have to like look left, look right, look north, look south, right? Like that's the most Halo's ever been not Combat Evolved. So I
Evolved.
think there was a real chance in the series to make the B plot full of action. Like if you wanted this story to give me the story of who Master Chief is as a person, as a character, that's awesome. But they could have used the B plot to show some real badass action, or use the A plot to show badass action, and use the B plot to show character and heart or whatever.
Well,
but instead, you got two people on boring ass missions, right? You've got a kid trying to find a rebellion that doesn't exist.
Yeah, and then fight a world, universe-wide military by yourself. Like,
well, at least the butt fetishists who watched this episode were probably pleased. So,
you mean human beings?
Human beings. Well,
yeah. I think we can all appreciate a great ass, whether it's on a pork or a Master Chief.
Well, I just thought it was weird. He was like giving her orders, and he's like clearly nude, and like she can like just see his you
talking about Cortana?
Well, no, what's his name? Flicker. Who's the guy in the pool? The dictator, whatever.
I'm not too familiar with that.
That's Power.
Anyway,
that's
she could.
Power. Haven't you heard of Henry? Weinstein.
I felt that was sexual.
Flincher. I felt that was sexual harassment right there. I was when I watched that, I was like, apparently they haven't heard about Harvey Weinstein. That is not appropriate.
Is that the
dictator or not? You're naked in a pool.
Is that the actor from Hydra?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Wait, Hydra what?
It?
Like Captain America?
He was one of the.
He wasn't Red Skull.
Guys with Hydra.
He was in
like Skull,
he was in Dark Knight Rises. That's remember him from. He was like one of the henchmen in that, but I don't know what else.
He
wasn't like the leader of Hydra, but he was like one of the only ones left, and they were kind of working with him in a way. On
they just need I don't know. They just need a slimy British guy, and he fit the bill. But yeah, like you could see his little flincher the entire time, so I'm sure it would have been awkward for her, and just not a very professional way to hold a meeting.
I would agree. But what can you expect from a man who literally gunned down people on their knees with bags for their head?
Oh, jeez,
In the previous episode. What a piece of shit.
So I'm guessing he's going to be killed by Quan before the season's over.
Probably.
Quan has a lot to do for people to make people like her.
Well, I don't know. Is
including a haircut, am I right?
Is he a character from the books? Because I know Madrigal's from the books, but I don't know if that character specifically is from
I'm
the
not
book.
aware of any Quan character in the book.
But I know Madrigal, the planet, exists in the Halo books, but I don't know if he's a character.
And that new chick who's with the Covenant, she's new too.
The blessed one, Jen Taylor.
Yeah, the other
Jen Taylor's
blessed
Cortana.
one.
Yeah. This
who's
blonde chick. One? She's very Irish, despite being. I thought it was interesting. Like she's been with the Covenant for 20 years and only speaking their language.
No. Forrest, you want to talk about something that doesn't stand out? How do the Covenant have bleach blonde hair dye?
Oh,
she's got black eyebrows. She's got black roots. That blonde hair in the flashback we saw, she had dark hair as a child.
Maybe they have a lot of.
Why is she dyeing her hair?
Maybe they have a lot of lemon juice
for mercy, for truth. What is happening in this background? This is the story I care about, not this Quan story.
Just a weird scene of the Prophet of Regret just washing her hair.
See them
he's like in a salon
going through this. He's
listen,
some truth, girl. That hair does not fit for you.
He's just wearing a vibrant pink shirt, and he's just washing her hair and just dancing as she's getting bleached. So yeah, I don't know. Her hair is very blonde, and she's not natural blonde. I'm guessing. It's just although we only saw her butt, so I can't see if she's natural blonde or not. We have to see the other side. So
clever. But so that's just my question. Is I'm gonna go off of the eyebrows. I think the eyebrows are a pretty definitive way. The eyebrows and the roots for sure. A pretty definitive way to know whose natural hair color is what.
The biggest twist this season is when we find out that she dyes her eyebrows, not her hair. Because the rate this show's going with twists, I think that's gonna be the biggest one. So
that would be pretty great.
So anyway, but she wasn't even in this episode, right? I watched like 3 and 4 back to back. So like she took over the pillar of winter or whatever with the worms.
Pillar, you want to see
the pillar of whatever season, the pillar of October, and with the hunter worms, I'm guessing, because we saw
so we saw the hunter kneecap, and then they dissolved into the worms. Which, dear Lord, thank you. I am so glad we never had to face that in the game. That seems way more frustrating.
That's like what the flood.
Than the flood.
You know? I mean, they were like
it's
bugs,
like a bunch of the little flood guys coming at you.
It does. Yeah. It does seem like maybe they're not going to do the flood. Maybe they're going to do the flood in season 3. But you're right. Like after watching the worms, it does feel like if they try to introduce the flood in the next 5 seasons, or the next 5 episodes,
well, they can't introduce the flood until after.
Be good.
Until after they get to Halo. And they can't get to Halo until after the Reach falls.
You have no idea what they can do. There's a 10% chance. There's a 10% chance the next episode, the Master Chief finds a flood, like whatever, on this weird planet he's on with the other Covenant artifact. Like this show
they are doing their own thing,
very hard from the source material.
Well, I hope we at least see a grunt before we see a flood spider thingy.
Look, I'm telling you right now.
I feel like they'll show a grunt.
If they don't show a grunt in the next episode, I will sit patiently for episode 7. But I would be very happy if they shouldn't.
They mentioned a grunt. Like, ever see a grunt beg for its life?
Yeah, they were talking about like grunts are chatty, but they don't not as chatty on the comms.
Yeah,
like I thought that was cool. Like how they had the Spartans and the Master Chiefs. Master Chief was gone off world. The Spartans were like helping with like the language, like diagnostics and like how to break down like Sangheili and like what these words could possibly mean. And out of that part, we were like, we think this word is needler, or it means shit. They have a needler, like
shit, don't kill.
We have no idea what these fucking elites are saying.
Yeah, well, I think they're on to the blonde chick now because I think they heard her message on the pillar of whatever, and
she done fucked up.
But is she going back to the Covenant, or I thought she was like, she's going to Madrigal, right?
Yeah, because they couldn't find anything on that one ship. She's looking for the artifact, and because the prophets were so nice to her, the demon's head.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, she's going in the wrong direction then. I'm guessing.
Watch them point, and then she's going to turn around and work with Chief. I'm sure.
Probably another twist. I think.
Do you guys feel a love story coming on? I think that might be the straw for me. I think if Master Chief developed a love story, I think that might be.
He's in love with Cortana, but they can't be together.
I could probably be. I could stomach a love story between him and Cortana. Like I could do that.
That's basically what the games are.
So what? So what do you think of their
games?
Cortana?
Are you kidding? Where in the games were the Master Chief and Cortana ever in love?
Well, no, it's just they're definitely close.
One's naked, but one is encased in like 2 tons of armor. So
she's basically
I feel like they cancel each other out.
Well, she is inside him all the time.
Yeah, well,
Rob, not like that. He needs to be inside of her for it to count.
He can't because she doesn't. It's sort of like Blade Runner 2049, like that. His girlfriend, his fake girlfriend.
That movie no one saw.
Yeah, 2049 people saw it. But yeah, basically his girlfriend's like a holographic. What do you call it? Alexa. Basically, like his girlfriend's Alexa.
It's like her. It's like the movie Her.
Yeah, so that's basically what Master Chief and Cortana is like. He's in love with her, but they can't be together.
I
remember Alexa, the future in South Park.
Yeah,
I never felt any sexual chemistry between Master Chief and Cortana.
That's because you played Halo before you hit puberty.
Yeah, I was like, was I just playing Halo at the wrong time?
I love Halo.
I don't know if there was.
I just thought Cortana was my
girlfriend. Really.
I think it was subtextual. It wasn't like explicit. It was very subtextual.
I'm sorry, subcontextual?
Subtextual. The subtext.
Or do you just want it that bad?
Well, no, it's like it's called subtext. Yeah. Yo, it's like you can't say it explicitly. It's just implied.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go back. I mean, I've been wanting, like, the last episode of Halo really made me want to play. The last episode of Halo really made me want to play like Halo 1 Combat Evolved.
Yeah. Well, it's like
so I might go through and see if there's any kind of subtext going on
Although
here.
I'd say like the second Halo trilogy, like 4 or 5, and I haven't played Infinite yet. It was basically, you know, the 4 and 5 was more about Cortana as a character and like, you know, Chief trying to save her. Like I think like she got deleted in Halo 4 and he had to like, you know, reboot her in Halo 5. But like the first 3 Halo games, they're just sort of like working together. And you know, Master Chief was barely in Halo 2 anyway. So
yo, I'm super confused now. I just Googled this because I thought you were talking out your ass. I just Googled Halo Cortana romance, and there is a 27-minute video called Master Chief Loves Cortana love scenes, full love story 4K Ultra HD.
Oh, there's probably a lot of fanfic
game
out there.
clips on 2021. I am so confused if I missed the entire. Did I miss a whole part of my favorite video game series growing up?
It's all subtext.
Oh yeah, I think I'm looking at the same thing. Master Chief Loves Cortana, full love story.
Yeah, like what is happening here? Like. Was I just so busy on being Cortana?
There's a 48-minute one. 48-minute one, Master Chief.
Oh my god, Halo videos have gotten ridiculous because they're all about like length of someone. It's not about like views anymore. It's about like the length someone stays on the video and watches it. So that's why like all YouTube videos are like 40 minutes long or half an hour long. I'm just like, I'm not gonna do it.
You gotta find that sweet spot. Yeah. It's all about what video. If I want to watch, if I want to get the full story of Cortana and John, aka the Master Chief 117, over 5, 6, 7 video games and 20 books, then yeah, I want a 50-minute like video. But if I'm like, you know, trying to find how to get this one, just you know, simple Easter egg skull, then like 5 minutes. I think like it's really pick.
Yeah,
like,
Musk just needs to buy YouTube and bring back the 5-star system because it doesn't even like. I think most comments for most videos are disabled. Like the thumb down, I think.
And they disabled the dislike button.
Because you don't want anyone.
They disabled the dislike button. You just can't see how many other people disliked it. You can't just like dislike something because a lot of other people dislike it.
Yeah, it's still there. You just can't see the count.
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, I think that's brilliant. Like, I think it's cool. Well, I think it's a little weird that you can see how many people like the video, but you can't see how many people dislike the video. However,
but it was like, what was it? It was like Halo's announcement trailer. It was a GTA announcement trailer too. I saw, or there's just way more dislikes than likes.
Yeah, just an astronomical amount of awkward like proportions and ratios.
Yeah, they had a GTA trailer and it was basically a copy and paste of one of their original GTA trailers, and they called it like expanded and enhanced for the new console.
That's what she said.
Well, back to the episode. I did like 125.
Were we off the episode?
Made her hair pink. I did like her character more than
I like that. It looked terrible.
Yeah,
but I liked the idea.
It just goes to show you that she's doing it for the first time because she's finally able to express herself.
I also liked at the very end. Oh, just kidding. That's a spoiler for next episode. Never mind. Not a spoiler, but
the actress they got for the female Spartans looked like they're stunt women, which I think is cool because they look like women who would actually be in the military or actually like, you know.
Yo, I tell you right now, Kaya 125 looks like she can kick the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty well built. I feel like she could probably take all 3 of us on at the same time.
Well, she's a damn Spartan.
Yeah.
Just run up. I think the best thing to do if a woman tries to attack you is take your clothes off and charge at her. And then, you know, she'll realize it's a mistake.
Is that from Seinfeld?
Well, if she has her,
I think it sounds like something I've ripped off.
If she has her inhibitor chip, she won't care.
Actually, if anyone runs at you, I think if anyone runs at you to attack you, take your clothes off and run at them. Because, you know,
I think I heard that advice my junior year of high school.
Even if it's a dude or a girl,
it might have been the same class. It might have been the same teacher in a different class. We heard that from.
Yeah. Or what did they do in Get Smart? Just kiss the guy who's attacking you, and then he'll just like back off.
Is that the original Get Smart or the remake?
The remake. I've only seen a handful of the original Get Smarts, and they were really good, but
they were really good. But the remake is
maybe they're on Tubi now. I've been rewatching it. I'm rewatching the Batman 66 episodes right now, and I appreciate them now because it's intentionally funny. Yeah, because like
as a kid. Campy.
As a kid, I thought like, it's so bad it's good, but then I realized I'm watching it now, like, it was supposed to be funny.
Like, yeah, dude, when he pulls out the shark repellent and you don't like clap inside, like, I just think you're dead. You might be dead inside.
And then like Batman and Robin did it with like the Bat card, and then I literally died inside.
And every time
then he actually died.
Yeah.
Never leave the home
every time
without
they
it.
swing.
Never leave the
I
cave
love how
without it.
Batman's like
Damn.
got a Batman card from MasterCard, or was it Discover? But it was like definitely not like Visa or Amex.
I think in
which I
that
really
world,
thought
Bruce
Batman-
Wayne bought MasterCard. So he's like the
Oh,
Elon
well, that
Musk.
explains it. Yeah, that would explain it.
Well,
You know,
anyway.
and my Batman just bought a bank that owned the Kent's house.
Oh, nice.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, Tip's here. Tip, what did you think of Halo?
Oh, hey, Tip.
Well, hello. Hello.
He's just lurking.
We're
Just
Oh,
lurking
we're
in
also
the
excited.
background.
Hello
Yeah.
there.
Well, he just hopped on. Hey, Tip,
Yo.
did you watch Halo at all?
I played Halo 1 years ago and I watched all the cinematic
I
clips.
thought I gave you the Paramount
that.
Plus password.
It didn't work, Forrest. It didn't
Okay.
work.
That's because it's 69 exclamation mark.
First
not
the Paramount
69
Plus
question mark.
password, then Viagra. Nothing I give works for you. Oh well. How'd the Viagra work? It didn't work.
I was in the pool. I
kind
was
of
in
worked.
the pool.
Well, you watched Moon Knight at least, though, right?
Let's talk about Moon Knight.
I watched episode 1.
Okay.
All right, well, let's talk about episode latest of Moon Knight.
Well,
Is this episode 3?
since Tip didn't watch either, let's just finish up on Halo. I think we need to talk
Okay.
about the main plot, which is probably the most boring. Ironically,
Oh
with
my
Master
gosh,
Chief
we haven't
and
even talked about the plot of the show. We've just been talking
Master
about the
Chief.
show.
Basically, they're taking a cue from RoboCop, where he basically is like reliving his memories through his helmet. Except it was like way more boring. So apparently, they found a second device, whatever, a second MacGuffin,
An
artifact, whatever.
And
So
it was discovered. So like Rob and I like gushed
Ooh.
out like via text message over this, but like the coin flipping and like
Oh,
being
yeah.
incredibly
Right out of
accurate.
book 1.
Right out of book 1.
oh really?
Like,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Okay, now I need to
Yeah, that
reload
coin
it.
flip was book 1. It was awesome.
Okay. So that wasn't
Yeah.
like a homage to Two-Face.
Chapter 1.
no,
No, that had nothing to do with it.
Page 7.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's
if
just
it
like-
landed on the other side,
That was
she would've
that was
shot him.
Halsey's very first test for him to just see how his reflexes, how he guesses that coin flip every
Okay.
time.
So apparently she.
statistically it's nearly impossible to guess
So-
11 coin flips in a row.
I'm guessing like she knew his parents, and then like she's responsible for his parents dying.
And then he's in his memories. He's looking
We'll
at
find
her
out.
like,
Now
what the hell?
his parents turn out to
Where were
be
you in my house?
incredibly important. His parents were actually the head of the colony for that Reach for Life program, which was one of 6 that survived. So like these were incredibly smart, incredibly important people.
And it makes you wonder, did Halsey find them or did the parents like call them?
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I think Halsey found him and then brought a virus to kill the parents off. Or like there's fake news involved and they took the parents away.
Well,
Like,
remember
Or
the
I
others?
heard they,
Or they took the
flash
kid away.
clone them, and then the clone dies later to make it look natural.
Yeah. Well,
But-
remember they killed. Oh no, the other scientist dude said like if he finds out the truth, it's gonna, he's gonna kill all of us. Or did he say something like that the last
Yeah.
episode? So
Yeah.
I think she did something that got his parents killed, or something similar, or something like
she
did
brought the
something evil.
virus.
Yeah. So
We didn't bring the virus.
do you think
but
Master
it
Chief's
definitely
gonna?
started and
Oh,
it
yeah.
killed Master Chief.
Master Chief's gonna like take
Man.
an energy sword to her at the end
And
of the
usually
season.
I've noticed how shows like to do some of these things where they'll have some big reveals you're waiting for, but then they'll show like the B plot most of the entire next episode.
They're like, yeah, you're gonna
Watch
keep
them
waiting
do
for
that
this.
next
darn
time.
B
And
plot.
it's not even
Look,
not even
I'll
gonna
tell
be
you
I'm not
this,
even watching the
Master
promos,
Chief.
so I'm really hoping they like bring some more Halo stuff in this Halo
I've been
show.
I'm
watching the Halo
Not
actors,
even
though.
sweating it. They've already been signed and greenlit for season 2. So
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if season 1 sucks, we're getting a season 2. Like, there's no way they go 2 seasons of Halo without showing a Halo and like some badass like Master Chief v Covenant moments.
They
So,
better
like-
do something crazy or just
Even
kill
though I'm
off
enjoying,
Quan.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, even if I'm enjoying it now, which I am, right? If I wasn't enjoying it, I at least know I've got like this show has one more chance, one more season.
Pretty sure
to give me
it's
what I
been 3
really want.
episodes with Master Chief not killing anything. Like last episode, he went to a cello concert. The episode before that, he went to the
Yeah, but
Expanse
I've
Planet.
Here's my thing.
I guess
I've
that's
spent
why they
20
went
years
hard on
killing
episode
things. Here's my thing. I spent 20 years killing things as the Master Chief.
Yeah.
I would like to get to know the person behind the mask.
And also, I'm a physicist, but I'm pretty sure you can't ride cable cars through space like at a ski lift. I'm pretty sure you're going to
Oh yeah,
constantly...
that
I think
seemed
you're-
unnecessarily dangerous.
It's
the
gonna
way
be
it
un-
shot
yes.
it.
constantly
Yes.
moving through space. There's no way you can maintain that cord line from
So I was
meteor to
And then
thinking
you
about
meteor.
it.
grab the
I was
cord.
thinking about,
just
hold
right.
on. So the meteors are a problem for the cord line. But
Yeah.
I was like, this was a real problem for me. Like, why would this make any sense? However, like, if you had the cars that were always attached to the lines, then you would have buildup and blockage going, because it only goes one direction, either left or right, either up or down, right? However you want to like look at the line. It's either going to go east or west. So that's going to create like congestion in traffic when you've got multiple carts. However, if you have multiple carts and only one attached line, then the carts can go and come as they please, get attached to that one attached line, and then swing their way to the proper destination.
Yeah,
Like at first, I
long
didn't
as it
love
worked
it.
every
I thought it was
time,
kind of
but-
dumb, but at the end, I engineered my way through it, and I thought I kind of.
I want to see an engineer video on
possibilities.
YouTube explaining the believability of that scene. So I'm gonna need you to forward me that video.
I mean, I'll have to make it first, but like, what's the
Okay.
problem with believability? Is it the gravity in space? Is it the friction in space?
I just don't see why they can't just like take a ship from me. Why do they have to take a cable line? That just seems
Well,
very
a ship seems like it costs
unrealistic.
like energy, like gas or.
Well, it takes
fuel,
energy to
whatever you
get
wanna
there
call it.
from using the cart
Yeah,
or
it takes. Well, but there's a difference between mining energy such as oil and then like the kinetic energy it takes to. I don't know how they fucking power their things.
Okay.
But like I'm saying, it's a lot easier to take a zip line, or it's a lot cheaper to take a zip line than it is to take a helicopter ride.
I think another twist will be it's not even the cord.
Are you gonna
It's
take
the power
that-
of belief that gets you from meteor to
Are
meteor.
you going to take that tram ride or ride your car and hope you have parking?
I mean, I guess cities would say the tram.
Depending. Yeah.
So did you like
Parking,
the
who cares
feeling?
about parking? I'm parking on an asteroid. Unless I'm Han Solo, I don't think I have a problem with parking on an asteroid.
Anyway, so I guess like the most interesting plot thread this episode was with 125, like, you know, and also like learning more about the Spartans, how they kill their pets when they failed. Even when they succeeded, they'd kill their pets anyway. He's like,
Yeah.
I never failed.
Like,
What happened to
they're
your
like,
pig?
Halsey's a
He
bitch.
died.
Yo, Robin, I told you episode 1. Halsey's a straight up bitch.
Well,
That
she,
was
like,
out of the
literally
books,
killed her
too.
own clone daughter. So
I love how
Yeah.
they reference it in the book.
I know. I do think it's kind of weird that Halsey isn't voicing Cortana. I know they got like the actual actress from the games, but it just
Yeah,
seems
that
like,
was
it's
cool.
supposed to be based off her
Yeah.
brain. So why
I
doesn't
mentioned
it-
that a couple episodes ago after Halo. After
Why
we
didn't they just
covered
have,
the
like,
first
Jen
episode
Taylor?
of Halo 1, and I was like, they're different people. And then you're like, no, they're the same. And I was like, okay, cool. All right, I was wrong. And then like this came up,
Like,
this last
maybe
episode in
normally,
IMDb,
but not.
and I was like, wait a second, like this isn't right. And I looked on the declassified episode 4, and I was like, this isn't the same interview as I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, why didn't they just get Jen Taylor to play Halsey? You know, if they wanted to have her voice Cortana. I mean, the whole like because she plays Halsey and voices Cortana. She voices Halsey and Cortana in Halo Reach. So it just seems kind of weird they got a different voice actress than the actress who's Halsey. But I get they did it for fan service.
Halsey, I guess.
Well, they did it for fan service, you know. But you know, I just seems weird. Like, you know, they should just like made a separate character as Cortana and not make her based off Halsey's brainwaves, and not have the actress playing Halsey play Cortana. Just a minor gripe, and that she should be bluer.
So what do you think
I
of
actually
the
thought
new
the blue
Cortana
hint
when you saw
was-
her?
I mean, it looks like a character from Shrek, but you know,
Which Shrek? 1, 2, or 3?
What?
all of them. Just like the animation.
I
was
guess
just like a
because she's
Shrek movie.
animated.
Because they're 3D animated. I feel like that's a harsh critique.
No, but like the animation style reminds me a lot of Shrek or DreamWorks animation, or what is it? Beowulf. Remember that animated
That's
movie?
like a
Yeah, I
kind of
remember
see what you're
Beowulf. Yeah,
saying,
you're
just in
The
way they
animation
move,
looks just
but-
like.
I'm pretty
from
sure
those movies
all of
in
these
Shrek.
things you're recommending, or the things you're talking about, were like hailed at the time for being like step forwards in 3D animation.
Oh no, everyone hated Beowulf. They thought the 3D animation. Well, they thought the 3D animation looked like Shrek. That's why they hated it, because they're trying to take like a serious subject matter and like everyone's thinking of that weird movie with the.
I'm gonna be
ogre.
honest with you. I think I was like 15. The only thing I remember about Beowulf is
He
in
fights.
Italy.
You get to see his butt, right, when he's fighting Grendel.
I
he
mean,
fights
I
him
guess
naked.
that's what you remembered. That's not what I remember.
If it has a butt in it, then I remember.
Yeah,
it,
you've
so.
got a lot of of memories, don't you? There.
Yeah, you're getting to stock them up in Halo.
Yeah, stock them all up in
Thanks
Halo.
for the butt memories. So I guess Moon Knight. Speaking of
Speaking
yeah.
of butts,
Yeah,
ah,
speaking of
I
moon-
got you. Oh, did I beat you
Yeah.
to it? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find
Speaking of
out
being
in the
mooned.
recording.
That's a great story. We gotta cut the dollar. Speaking of being mooned, let's talk about Moon Knight. So this episode, I guess the big takeaway was we saw
this episode also mooned the fans by being a complete waste of time. I mean, let's be
because apparently Khonshu can just reverse the world like Superman.
Is there any point to this show anymore? Moon Knight got stabbed 30 fucking times.
Yeah, there's no stakes apparently.
There's no stakes. There's all stakes inside of his body, but there's no stakes left in the plot anymore. Like, there's no point in watching this. He's gonna win as long as he's got the fucking suit on.
And another thing that bothered me
they
was
could just
I thought
him.
Khonshu was banned from the Egyptian god club, and apparently, but he can possess Marc. So that confused me. And why does he sound like?
It seemed like all of them were using their avatars.
Now I will say this: this was a really funny part when like Khonshu was like, "Yo, Marc, be cool, be chill about this," and then as soon as they get in, he just fucking flips out on the whole council.
Oh yeah, why did he have to
tries
talk like that?
Harrow in the face. It was so great. He was like, "Yo, Marc, be chill," and then he just fucking flips his shit as soon as he gets into the council meeting.
Yeah,
well, the dude was just like ratting him out in a way that he wasn't really doing.
Yeah,
I feel like a decent lawyer.
I also thought it was
defend
weird.
all of those.
Well, first of all,
yeah, because they all were kind of true.
Like the whole reason
he did it.
The whole reason they have Arthur Harrow on trial is because he's trying to prove that he's the avatar of Ammit. And wouldn't they be able to know that he's Ammit's avatar once he's in the Egyptian club?
Yeah, as soon as
they should have known right away. Oh, he's Ammit's avatar. We should kill him. And he's like, no, I'm not trying to bring Ammit back. I swear. And if these are all gods and they're all knowing and one's powerful enough to turn back the night sky, shouldn't they know that Ammit has an avatar?
Here's my thing. Even if the other gods are fucking chilling wherever, smoking the best weed with Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg, Khonshu, aka Marc, is not. Why did they not talk about the scarab once? If all he had to do was tell the council, this guy Arthur Harrow has Merit's scarab and is looking for them. All he had to do was talk about the scarab and the compass, and that's game over. But because it's game over, the writers just neglected to completely talk about it, which makes the fucking writing fucking awful.
Well, yeah, it was just like a weird MacGuffin that they had to shove into this plot to because the villain needs something from the hero, and then once they he has it, it's just okay, we're writing it out. But
and now the scarab can show has already showed Harrow where Ammit's tomb is, but if Khonshu's so concerned about Harrow finding Ammit's tomb, then talk to the council about how he found it with the scarab. It just blows my mind. Is this bad writing?
It's just basically made the Egyptian gods look really, really stupid, and I don't know if that's what the writers intended. But
and where are they? There's a council of 9, and only 5 of them showed up. Sure, there's Marc and Harrow. That's 7. So what's going on with the other 2?
Bast is supposed to be the avatar, or no, the avatar for Bast is supposed to be the Black Panther. So I'm guessing she'll be referenced later on. And then I also noticed that Ra
show up. That would have been cool.
I don't
that
think
would have
Ra
been cool
was noticed
for the episode. Would that not have been cool to get a little black? We haven't seen
any
crossover with any other Marvel IP so far in this season. So
I think they'll definitely mention Bast, but I think they also noticed they didn't mention Ra, and that's the villain Sun King, who we all thought that Ethan Hawke was playing. He's the avatar of Ra, so I'm wondering if they're saving Sun King for another season, or maybe Arthur Harrow isn't even working for that. He's really working for Ra, and that'll be the big twist in episode 5. I doubt it, but that would totally turn the show around for me. Oh, okay, it was a double cross.
Oh,
he was a triple agent.
I'm familiar with.
He wasn't working for Khonshu or Ammit. He was working for Ra. So I think that would be an interesting twist. But I'm not really hoping that much. This show is this episode. I didn't really understand the whole thing with the sarcophagus at the end. They had to rearrange the bandages to make another map or another weird MacGuffin.
I've seen National Treasure. That makes sense. But then that guy blows up the sarcophagus, and yet somehow their MacGuffin
just
exists
enough pieces.
Still? Yeah, what the fuck is happening?
And I seriously doubt bandages.
Writing? Did they just stop writing on episode 2?
What kind of app did she have on her iPad that you can
the plot convenience app?
Read the sky 2,000 years ago and instantly triangulate a
Well, that's the
location.
problem. Well, no, I think she was using like some kind of Google Maps. That's not a problem going back 2,000 years. Here's my problem with this whole fucking series now is what the hell happened at the end? Like Rob was saying. So, like to paint the picture, there's Conchu and Mark, and they're lifting their hands up to the sky, praising Jesus, and then the sky's like turning. And we see this amazing scene that we saw in the trailer, right? So most people are familiar with it.
It was really cool looking.
It was amazing looking. But what is happening? Are they spinning the
And the
Earth,
entire
or are they
world is
spinning the
seeing
sky?
that too.
Are they going back in
I'll tell you
time?
right
That's
now.
what I was thinking. Are they going back
There's
in
some
time?
they're
time
turning-
travel
they're turning-
implications going on.
Because like the Earth's
What I
floating
saw in,
through
like, a
space, that's
YouTube
why
video.
stars' positions change. And I thought they were like going back in time. It's like, are they gonna go back to Tony Stark before he died, so we can get Iron Man 4?
Yeah, this is what I was. Yeah, because like a theory that I was seeing was he basically turned everything back in time except the people on Earth. So they were basically in the place of 2,000 years
Also,
ago. But since they reversed everything but what's on Earth, did they reverse other villains and stuff that
Right?
were
Like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
And also,
like that
minor.
would mean Thanos is back and stuff. But
Well,
it's-
first of all, they could have
a long
stopped
time
Thanos. Doctor Strange could have stopped Thanos for giving him the time stone by using the time stone to go back in time to where before Star-Lord knocked him out of his trance.
No, that's not
but
true.
the biggest
Strange
thing,
saw
the
14
biggest thing
million
is,
possibilities, and that was not one of them. So that could not have happened.
But how could he?
Being-
How would that not have worked using the
hey,
time
but the
stone?
biggest thing is all the stones are back because they're where they were 2,000 years ago now.
Well, yeah,
That's
but I'll tell you
true.
this: Marvel's not going back to the stones. That would be a very poor choice on a company level to go back to the stones for Phase 4 and 5.
That was one.
Like, they need to
interesting
move
theory
forward,
I
not
saw, though.
backwards.
Well, let's just have the mages collect them instead of Thanos.
Well, you've seen-
because that's
you've
what happened in the
seen,
Infinity Crusade, the sequel to Infinity Gauntlet or Infinity War. Infinity War was a sequel to Infinity Gauntlet, and I think that's the one where Adam Magus, which is Adam Warlock's evil twin, collects the Infinity Stones. So let's go with that.
I don't think we'll ever see the Infinity Stones like.
Well, first of all,
usable again in the MCU. Like there's
the
the time
Infinity
period we
Gems
saw
in
the
the comic,
Infinity
but-
Stones,
anyway,
I want to see what the world's reaction was the next day after that.
right?
like some astronomers like what? Like Neil deGrasse Tyson's like, what the hell?
What is happening here? Yeah.
Oh,
Neil
and
deGrasse
another
is like,
part
"We
of that, another part of that theory thing I was watching that was like, what if it turns back when, like Thor and some other superheroes that came to Earth eventually, like the Earth is actually in another location.
Well, I don't
now
think they
or
went back in
something.
time. They just like rearranged the stars to where they needed it to be.
Well, they rewound everything basically.
Yeah,
That
so, like,
means
how do
Earth
you
isn't
force-
in the
like,
same location?
What Robbie's asking for us is like, how do you rearrange the stars without changing things on a physical level?
Yeah.
well,
you
from my
basically
understanding was that
hitting the rewind
it was
button
still
and Earth is moving.
2025 or whatever, because I know they're like 3 years ahead in the MCU. It was still 2025 when they stopped turning the sky. It's just the stars are different. That was my understanding. As,
Okay,
you know,
so like, what does that mean though? Like the stars are different.
Nothing.
Like,
For
the
does that mean
stars
the
to be
Earth
different.
changed or the stars?
He was
changed?
literally spinning everything.
they needed the star map for the weird sarcophagus crap.
So why not create an illusion?
I don't think he just.
Why does he not just show Mark Spector what the stars looked like?
They're like,
2,000
here's
years
what it
ago?
looks
Because
like
they needed
2000.
to use their budget. I don't know. They just need to look a cool effect at the end.
No,
but
that's cool. I'm not asking you to tell me. I'm just asking like what your thoughts are on it. I don't think
it
you're
was
Kevin
just sort of like
Feige.
it happened. I wasn't really
seemed
entertained
like-
by it.
It
Wait,
seemed
wait,
like
so
he
this
literally
happened
turned everything
and you just didn't
back.
care.
I didn't
I'm just
care.
curious. Like you're like, okay, the stars moved 2,000 years, and you just didn't think,
I didn't
or
care.
like, I mean, that's fine. Like I'm not like casting judgment. Like I've got way more
Yeah.
free time than
I'm
most
curious
people.
how it's affecting.
But like I'm just
things.
like when that happened, I was just like I'm
So,
like,
like-
fucking drinking my beer,
Well,
eating my popcorn.
now
like,
I guess
they
the
hooked
fuck
you for
is
the next
happening?
episode.
Is the universe now 2,000 years younger? That's what
I don't
That's
think
what-
so.
or
They'll tell
like-
us next. They'll tell us next episode. We'll just go with
Well,
that.
yeah, Forrest, but
They
we
better.
have a podcast for this episode.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the fight scenes because I think they were.
Yeah,
I didn't like them. Did y'all love them? Or we were just like,
I mean, I'll tell you
I
this
think
right
episode.
well,
I
the
think
freaking
previous episode
remember
was my
the first
favorite
fight scene on the
so
roof
far.
where like he's throwing the knife in the air. It looked like I was watching a scene from like Resident Evil 3D. Like, here's a knife coming at you. Because he throws the knife in the air. It's like slow motion. It's CGI, and
it wasn't great.
Yeah,
None of the fight scenes were like great. I mean, definitely above Iron Fist.
Oh,
but maybe not quite the peak of Daredevil.
Well, we got to talk about his third personality that they teased.
Jake.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
well,
like the guy who killed all the
yeah, or like, did you do that? No, I didn't do that.
It had to be you. No, it was you. So
like I heard one theory online, which is the only thing that makes it plausible, and that's Jake is like purposefully deleting memories out of their brain so they don't remember him taking over. Because like to me personally, them two, like being like, I didn't kill that person. Well, I didn't kill that person. That's a what the fuck moment. That's when you stop. That's a record scratch. That's a hold on. Let's figure out what's going on here. Is there another one of us?
Well, I don't think either.
But they just didn't care. They just kept going. They're just rolling. Oh, that wasn't you. That wasn't me. All right, let's keep going.
I think they
were like two
believe
guys
each other.
farting in an elevator.
Well, I think I just hope he doesn't have like another British accent. I just hope he has like I guess he's got like a thick Brooklyn accent maybe because he's like a cab driver in New York.
The accent's
I'm sure they got to make him.
Yeah, I mean, I get why Steven's British because they just want to differentiate the personalities more.
And I love the fact that he has a terrible British accent.
Yeah, which proves you that he really is American. He really is crazy.
Yeah, he's American and he's creating a fake British
accent. Because only an American would think that's an authentic sounding British accent.
Well, I mean, I thought it was pretty authentic sounding until I watched some YouTube videos of British people being like, "What the fuck is this wanker doing?"
Yeah, it worked for me, but I'm American, so I guess
it sounded very much like Dick Van Dyke.
I guess Rob and I just don't have these fucking ears that Forrest has over here. This cultured motherfucker.
It sounded very much like an American version of a British accent. Let's just put it that way. Like pretty much every American I've ever heard do a British accent sounds just like that.
How many Americans are you hanging out with?
I've hung out with a lot of drunk Americans who do British accents.
Yeah, I can see you at the bar.
If you ever go to a bar during a Manchester United game, you'll hear a lot of fake British accents. I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah, fucking wanker, just hit the ball.
Yeah, basically, that's what I think. His research for this role was based on him just going to a British pub for an hour.
I'm gonna watch the 8-hour documentary of the Beatles on HBO Max, and I think it'll be good.
What are you doing, Ringo? You're lucky we still let you play the drums.
So it wasn't bad.
So all right, that's really all I remember about this show. I mean, this episode, I didn't love it. I know.
No, we gotta talk about we gotta talk about this ridiculous horse scene.
The Midnight Man. Yeah. Well, I didn't notice this while watching it, but apparently he threw the moon knife in his back, and right when midnight struck. So I was like,
"Oh, wait, did I miss something?"
There is a chance, because unfortunately, Forrest, you want to tell our viewers about this?
Well, yeah, the actor who played the Mogart, as he was called in the show, Gaspard Ulliel. He was in the Hannibal Rising movie.
The evil ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, he died in like a ski accident before the show came out.
Back in January.
But I don't know if he filmed more episodes. I don't know if
that's
he
the
filmed
thing.
more
They
episodes.
haven't released anything. Like we don't know. So we might see the Midnight Man one more time before this season concludes.
Apparently he won't. He has to have supernatural powers, otherwise he doesn't stand a chance against Moon Knight. Because like in the comics, like Moon Knight's human, as is Midnight Man. They're just sort of like, one's like in a black costume, the other one's in a white costume. It's sort of like Spy versus Spy, but with the Marvel version. Yeah, because literally their costumes look exactly the same. It's like one has like a black costume.
That's a great reference. That's very old, but it's a great reference.
Yeah.
What do you think about?
Look at Moon Knight #3 that cover. It looks just like you'll think, oh, Spy versus Spy.
I know we talked about this kind of at the beginning, but just I can't get over the fact, like, why are we even watching this show anymore? Like, he gets stabbed like 15 times with stakes, and then he just like brushes them off. Like, I get the Hulk. Like, the Hulk can't die, so they have to write around that to make it interesting. But we just found out that Moon Knight can't die. I mean, sure, maybe Marc or Steven or Jake, maybe they can die, but they can also switch into the Moon Knight at any time.
And what about when he took the face mask part off for a second? What if somebody stabbed him in the face?
If someone shot in the head, then I guess maybe.
What happens then? Is that his armor? By the way, Khonshu, shitty armor, amazing healing factor.
And what about now?
What are you gonna do without my armor? Like, your armor doesn't.
And what about
anything.
Now that Khonshu is imprisoned in the little stone statue?
So now, great.
Can he not get his suit?
Great point, Robbie. I can't wait to watch this amazingly interesting show without its superpowers. Like, dear fucking lord, like, this next episode's gonna be even more boring. It's just walking around fucking Egypt trying to find some shit. Like, nothing. It's
Trying
gonna
to find
be,
Khonshu and let him loose, I guess.
I think it's going to be the most boring episode leading into the penultimate episode, which by writing standards should be the best episode of the season, and then followed by a wrap up of season 6.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting. Like, so Arthur Harrow, we know you're not guilty of anything. Why don't you come right in and look at your old master? Literally, I think talk about a biased court system.
Also, do you guys hear?
Not impartial.
You guys hear all the glass rattling in his shoes? This episode?
Every step.
My question is, where was that the last episode? Because there was 0 glass rattling. In episode 2.
They had it. They put it in every step.
I'm wondering if they had so much backlash from not glass rattling that they went ahead and just digitally added like shards of glass.
Because I don't think it would be crunching that loud normally.
It was so fucking loud. It was almost obnoxiously loud. You're right, Robbie. It was almost like were you guys complaining? Then we're gonna fucking make this super obvious now.
There, he's crunching on glass. You
guys happy? Fandom, he's crunching on glass. Twitter, crunch, crunch, crunch. It was so distracting.
Brought to you by the new Crunch Chalupa at Taco Bell.
My goodness. Not being spoiled. Not being spoiled. No, I'm gonna spoil the shit.
Better be crunched down to powder eventually with all that crunching.
Not being sponsored, but how good that new Doritos. Oh, that's not Taco Bell. That's
Crunch Wrap.
That's no. I'm thinking of Buffalo Wild Wings. They have a new Doritos Locos Tacos flavored wings.
Oh, really?
It looks amazing. It might just be a Florida thing. It sounds like a Florida thing.
How do we get to this?
But it's
from glass.
The most interesting part of the
because
podcast.
We have great taste, and we're talking about glass in my mouth. B-dubs.
I will concede that I think I enjoyed Halo this week more than I enjoyed Moon Knight. As sad as it sounds. Although I wasn't blown away by Halo either.
Disney. You should tweet that out at Disney. Be like, man, you fucked up. I liked Halo more than Moon Knight.
Halo was more enjoyable than Moon Knight this week. What are you doing?
And Halo went through some boring ass storylines. Like we watched Master Chief walk through his old house.
Master Chief home movies.
Something.
Well, especially when they started referencing stuff from the books. That's how I was like, oh,
yeah.
Yes,
okay.
They're getting to
yeah. See, that's what Moon Knight do. They just need more faithful to the comic.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Give Taika Waititi Halo. If Master Chief used a rocket launcher to dig up like that box instead of his hands or a shovel or whatever he used, like that'd be so funny. Like if Master Chief was literally jumping every fucking where he went, like that would be hilarious. Like just turns like a beautiful like comedical homage to Halo and like just the subculture around Halo.
And in the show
Gunn.
they just say it's because of low gravity, but
yeah, exactly, right? Just say it's low gravity. It's just him jumping literally everywhere he goes. Like
they'll definitely give it to James Gunn before they give it to Taika Waititi. It seems to be what Paramount's, or not Paramount, but all the studios do out of desperation. They just hire Marvel people.
I mean,
or J.J. Abrams.
I wouldn't hate it, James. I wouldn't hate. Oh, Matt, no. This is my plea. To whoever's listening out there.
Paramount CEO,
if
whoever
James
you are.
Gunn could direct a spin-off season of Halo, like how
ODST. He could do ODST.
No, you do not give James Gunn the worst part of Halo. You give him the best part.
They
of
gave
Halo.
him like the worst DC franchise with Suicide Squad.
Box office wise, could you say it's the worst? I would say it's not.
Well, no. The Suicide Squad franchise at the time was the worst because it's the worst movie.
In your opinion?
No.
It's the first Suicide Squad, not the Suicide.
Of the DC extended universe was garbage.
Suicide Squad was the worst though out of all of them.
Yes,
but BBS was better.
Possibly,
I enjoyed it.
Well, BBS director's cut. We're not talking about this theatrical bullshit.
But my point is like he took a turd and like he polished it up. So
yes.
like he did the same with ODST. That's my point with ODST. And first of all, Nathan Fillion was in ODST, and he's been in like all of the James Gunn movies. Like he was in Slither and he was in Super. So Nathan Fillion's worked for James Gunn twice already. So
I mean,
that'd be a perfect reunion.
Nathan Fillion, you go for it.
Hey, he needs the work. I don't know. I think he's probably doing okay.
I mean, I don't know. Like
he was doing
James
that Castle
Gunn,
show.
No.
Then he's on
I want James Gunn in charge of a group, like a Spartan fire team. I would like to see Taika Waititi in charge of a ragtag group of fire squad of like ODST Marines, like a real red versus blue kind of feel. Like that would be amazing. Give James Gunn like some Spartan team, some shitty ass, like the worst of the Spartan team. Like that's hilarious. Like James Gunn's really good at creating a family environment from misfits.
Red and blue team from Red versus Blue.
There we go.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Give Taika Waititi ODST to make just an amazing homage to Red versus Blue.
Knowing 343, they probably will greenlight a live action RV Red versus Blue show someday.
Oh, dude, that'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Remember Red versus Blue?
To me.
Red versus Blue was our Facebook before we were on Facebook. I remember. I definitely visited that site way more than I did MySpace.
If you have no idea what he's talking about, you're
Red versus Blue used to be an actual viable social media site.
It was a viable social media site, and it was a good one too.
Because you had like reputation on your profiles. I forgot.
I remember that. I just remember I had like a lot of friends, and I had like one friend who would just draw me like fan art. Like I asked him like, draw a picture of Master Chief kicking an elite in the testicles, and he drew it, and it had the elite saying excruciating pain.
Do you remember way back in the time where you just asked people to do stuff randomly on the internet for free, and we had free time back in the day, so people would do it? Yeah, now you have to like fucking pay someone like $1,000 on Fiverr for that.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at people like to illustrate my my comic script. It's like $100 a page, is like typical standard rate.
Yeah,
and that's like, just for drawing it, like not inking it, not coloring it, not lettering it, just
drawing it. I'm like, what are you
800.
doing with your time over here?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't think it'll get illustrated anytime soon. But yeah, that's really all I have. I guess next week we'll do Moon Knight again. Hopefully it'll be an improvement. Hopefully Halo will be an improvement too. I mean, both shows weren't really spectacular, but I enjoyed Halo
I can't
more.
wait. Can't wait to see what happens between Master Chief and
I'll tell you,
Halsey.
I tell all my buddies when we're talking about stocks, when it's at the very bottom, it can only go up.
It's
That's
true.
Satire. That is not
Until that
franchise.
bottom.
Say that to Game of Thrones fans.
The bottom
Until
can keep
the bottom
bottoming.
just keep going.
Yeah, that is
Thrones
complete. That's me being facetious as shit.
Yeah.
You think you're at the bottom, but that bottom floor is moving down.
The bottom keeps coming each and every day.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's our show. You want to plug our social media, Mage?
You know I do. Please tell Forrest how wrong he is. No, I'm just kidding. Not this episode. This episode, Forrest is pretty spot on there.
Oh, about all the butts.
Just reading off the script here. My bad. Tell Forrest how spot on he was this week at Zealot Podcasts on Twitter. For my Canadian friends, that's ZZ Podcast at Twitter.
That joke.
Let us know what you think.
All right. I'm Forrest.
I don't remember how to say I'm major in Swahili.
I was about to say.
First of all, Swahili is an African language.
Wait, no, Swahili.
Swahili is an African
my
language.
bad. I meant Sangheili.
Okay.
John Major
Halo language.
Meethut.
And I'm Robbie.
All right, and we'll see you next time. Have a great week, everyone.
I love you all. Thanks for listening.